Hi, I'm Mike Freeman. We're at Canal Park in Delphi, Indiana, a historic site along the storied Wabash Erie Canal. And in this episode, I'm going to show you my adaptation of a modern tailgating favorite that has roots tracing back to 16th century Mexico. Chicken bacon firecrackers, today on Fat Mike's Pet. The jalapeno popper. You'll find this humble but tasty snack in the freezer section of just about any grocery store in America. Few people, however, know the story behind this tailgate party favorite. Believe it or not, most food historians agree that this little delight we consider an appetizer is descended from a Mexican dish called chiles rellenos, literally stuffed chile. The exact origin of chiles rellenos is lost to time, but it is believed to date back to the early 1520s. Shortly after a coalition of Spanish forces and native Tlaxcalan warriors captured the capital of the Aztec Empire, Tenochtitlan. Like many foods that are unique to the Americas, this dish is believed to be a variation on Old World fare made with New World ingredients. The classic chiles rellenos are made with poblano peppers. These peppers, stuffed with meat or cheese, are then coated with an egg batter and fried to a crispy golden brown. In 1821, Agustin de Iturbide, who would later become the Emperor of Mexico, was traveling to Mexico City after signing the Treaty of Cordoba, which granted Mexico independence from Spain. Along his journey, he stopped in the town of Puebla to rest on the day of his patron saint, St. Augustine. The townspeople held a feast in Don Augustin's honor and to celebrate Mexico's independence. The nuns of the Santa Monica convent prepared a special dish called chiles en nogada. It was a classic chiles rellenos, only stuffed with picadillo, a hash consisting of meat and dried fruit, and smothered in a white walnut sauce. The dish was then garnished with parsley and pomegranate seeds, making the dish resemble the Mexican flag. To this day, chiles en nogada is considered one of Mexico's most patriotic and popular dishes. When the United States acquired Texas and the territory that would later become known as the American Southwest, the Mexican inhabitants of that area introduced settlers to this dish. As with many foods of ethnic origin in our nation, this dish spread across the country and was adapted to American tastes. The poblano was replaced with the more common jalapeno, and the picadillo was supplanted with nacho or cream cheese. In the mid-1980s, a maker of frozen foods by the name of Leon's Texas Cuisine finished anglicizing this dish by replacing the egg batter with breading, and the jalapeno popper, which they branded Jalitos, was born. Now that you've had a little bite of the history behind the jalapeno popper, let's get over to the pit and I'll show you how to make my more than a snack version of this truly tongue-popping tailgating treat. It's a cold gray day at the pit as winter rolls in once again, but we're going to show you how to make up these chicken bacon firecrackers, which is sure to take the edge off of any chill. They're simple and easy to do too. You just need a little patience. And you're going to want to make these, I guarantee it. Now, to make these firecrackers, I'm going to need a little bit of some of the best the Emerald Isle has to offer. You may not, but you're definitely going to need some jalapeno peppers. Get some good sized ones. It'll make it easier when it comes to seeding and filling these babies. You're going to need some boneless, skinless chicken breasts. The thicker, the better, because we're going to be filleting these ourselves. Finally, you need to have some bacon. Now, if you're watching in Canada or the UK, I'm talking about American-style bacon cut from the pork belly. This bacon has a higher fat content that will help to keep that chicken moist. Now, the first thing you want to do is split and de-seed these peppers. Split them all the way along the length of the pepper from stem to tip, but only on one side. Basically, you're going to make a pocket out of these peppers because we're going to be filling these later on. I don't know about you, but at our house, we don't care much to be in tears when we eat our dinner. So I'm going to get as many of these seeds out as I can. I'm using a curved paring knife to do this, but you can use a regular paring knife or even a fillet knife if that's all you got. Use your thumb to hold the pepper open while you cut the seed pod out. Don't worry if the pepper splits open a little more while you do this. As long as the pepper doesn't split in half, you'll be golden. Work the knife around the seed pod to cut it away from the inner wall of the peppers. Here's where the patience comes into play. The more seeds you get out, the less heat you will have. Use the tip of your knife to scrape the remaining seeds out of the pepper. If you want them to be even milder, rinse the inside of the pepper with running water to wash away the capsaicin. I'm going to do up 9 of these, enough for me and my family and a few left over for the neighbors. Now that we have these jalapenos hollowed out, we're going to put in our filling. Now I'm using cream cheese in this recipe, but you can use whatever you want. Nacho cheese is another popular filling, as is white queso. It doesn't have to be cheese though. You could use another meat like chorizo or even fruit like mango or pineapple. Be as creative as you want with this. Let us know in the comments what ideas you come up with. We'd love to hear them. Spoon the filling into the peppers. You could also use a piping bag to make this easier. Fill them up as much as you like. Alrighty, these peppers are done. Let's move on to the chicken. We're going to trim the excess fat off of these breasts and fillet them so we can get them wrapped around these peppers. To fillet the chicken, lay it flat on the cutting board. Hold it down with your hand and cut it from one end to the other. Use a nice sharp knife for this and be careful. Take it nice and easy so you don't wind up filleting your palm. Okay, this next part takes a lot of patience too. You're going to take your chicken fillet and wrap it around the pepper. Then wrap a strip of bacon around that. Take your time to get the chicken completely wrapped in bacon. Make sure the bacon is wrapped tight. There's no need to use a toothpick or skewer to hold everything together if you wrap it tight. That bacon will hold like glue and it will tighten as you cook the firecrackers, giving you a nice solid bite. And just like that, these firecrackers are ready to be lit. But first, I'm going to kick it up a little bit. I'm seasoning these with a little bit of Fat Mike's Magic Dust, a little creation of mine that's perfect for poultry, but works for veggies, pork, or just about anything else. It's got some garlic powder, a little cayenne pepper, paprika, sugar, and a couple of other ingredients. Keep an eye out for it on fatmikespit.com. You'll be able to purchase it down the road. Set your grill up for indirect cooking and let it heat to around 425 degrees. At that temperature, these firecrackers will take about 45 minutes to cook. That time may change depending on what kind of filling you use. And depending on your grill, you may have to add more charcoal to keep the temp up. Not sure how to do that? No worries, we've got your back. Go to blog.fatmikespit.com to see some articles about the basics of grilling with charcoal. "15 minutes in, and we're going to rotate these so they cook evenly. Close up the lid, and we'll see these again shortly. Oh baby, are these looking good or what? Another 15 minutes and these will be done. And after a little bit of time, these chicken bacon firecrackers are done. Give me a minute to get these plated up and I'll give you a better look. Okay, lettuce lovers, food police, you might want to run and get your Play-Doh and coloring books because this might be a bit traumatic for you. Look at that. Those layers of awesomeness are making me hungry. How about you? Oh man, that smoky bacon and juicy chicken, the bite from the jalapeno and that smooth cream cheese. I'm in jalapeno heaven. And that leaves only one thing left to say. So remember, the next time you want to create a masterpiece in your backyard, come see what's possible at Fat Mike's Pit.